Hello, my name's Nelsonnator, and I'm here with my friend.
I'm Paris George.
And this is Let's Play Mega Man Battle Number 6, Cybeast Gregar. Last time, we retrieved the Moonstone, were selected as the Expo Operator Navi, and now we're gonna go talk to the losers and rub it in their faces. Like, we've ruined this man's dreams of having a cool choo-choo train that he drives around in. Like, the left bus? Forget that, that's not cool. We need a train. And then this guy is just like, alright, fine. I'm not good at this. I'm not playing my good game because I'm good at killing people. So, these guys are very obviously the last two Link Navis for Battle Network 6. They're right up there along with Heat Man and Elect Man and Slash Man. And they've got Charge Man, and he was named Killer Man. He was renamed to Erase Man in the English release. But we have a killer here and just some guy who wants to ride the choo-choo. Alright.
Also, the way that they talk about, a Navi deleter and Lan immediately freaks out of it, we're supposed to assume that he's an assassin.
Yeah. And like...
And the fact that, he's, telling Lan, like, don't tell any of your teachers what I do for a living, tee-hee-hee.
He works at a school! Is he gonna, like, assassinate Mega Man or something? Is he gonna assassinate Blast Man? Did he get put at the school? Like, did he get hired by the bad people to, like... Could he have been hired by the organization to maybe kill Lan if their other plans don't go right?
Who knows?
Actually, wait, the reveal has happened. We do know it's the World 3, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Recording these, like, not all in a big chunk is just sort of confusing to me. Also, hey, something's going on. He's yelling at somebody failing when somebody showed up. I wonder if the mysterious benefactor is the head priest, or if he's also the sponsor for the World 3? Is the mayor a bad guy?
And this is right after you had the scene about, he said you would show up here, and then the mayor's first words are, so he said where I showed up? They just wanted to make it really subtle.
Yeah, really subtle. And then here he is talking about a valuable piece of electronics and talking to conspirators. I think he might be a bad guy. Also, he was hanging out with that really sketchy dude. Remember him? We saw him right... Oh god, right. Like...
Mega Man, what's wrong with your face?
Mega Man, what's wrong with your face?
It's your autophone.
Also, like, I imagine this is a video call and Mail's just, like, ducking out of sight of the camera, just like, can you guess who I am? Well, I'm glad the two of them are having fun. It would have been nice if Lan, like, wrote a letter or called her in the time in between, but hey. It's also weird how she goes from, like, the super happy to the kinda sad, a little bit depressed to, hey, let's meet up again.
Yeah, hearing your voice made me suddenly miss AC/DC Town. But, before that, I could give a shit.
God, like, I understand that he's a child, so, like, processing these things is maybe not great, and, like, boys reach emotional maturity a lot slower than girls do, but come on, Lan! She's screaming it right to your face!
I also like how both of the people that you talked to said, hey, you should come by tomorrow and I'll start classes. And then meanwhile, the game
5 days later!
Yeah, that weekend.
Yep. Also, so not only did we blow those guys off for a very long time, now we're gonna blow off Mail to hang out with the other guys that we blew off.
Yep.
Lion has his priorities in order.
Plans. Yeah. You can't just hang out with people when you said you were going to hang out with people and not make plans when you already have plans. That would be far too easy.
Yeah.
You make all your plans at the same day.
Yeah. I guess, so the next episode and many episodes following are going to be just handling requests, and I love how, as we're going to go around, we're going to talk to a lot of people that are going to be like, hey, the mayor, he's super great, isn't he? We trust him a lot. It'd be a shame if he were bad. We're going to see a lot of that over the next couple episodes, right after the game is like, maybe the mayor's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that this guy's name is Dark Scythe, his Navi is either Killer or Erase Man. This would definitely raise some flags if someone was applying for a teacher's position, I would think.
Yeah, also, like, he just told Lan, yeah, hey, you know that Dusk guy, he was my mentor. Let's review who Dusk is. In Battle Network 1, his Navi Shadowban is just hanging out on the internet in, like, the deepest Undernet parts, or the second deepest Undernet parts. And there's some special condition to get him to show up and pick a fight. Why? I don't know. I didn't learn about him until years after I played Battle Network 1 the first time. Then in Battle Network 2, Shadowban and Dusk assassinate an entire country's worth of people. Well, internet navies. And then in Battle Network 3, he's gone. In 4, he's gone. In 5, Beryl, in his infinite wisdom, while leading, like, the team to liberate the internet, decides to hire the genocidal mercenary Shadowban to help them reclaim the internet. But hey, the price is right, I guess. Also, so this is the minigame. You just have to sneak up on people, press the A button, and then you just go like, nothing personnel, kid. Erase Man can also hide if you press the A button, I think. But, like, also, you can see there, like, he started turning, or you get into the square, and, like, the cursor will see you for a little bit, so you have to be really quick once you finally get up in there. But, like, I don't know, this is just kind of a fun game where you can just walk up behind a guy and, nothing personnel, kid, and just be done with it, you know?
Yeah, it definitely is fun from a player perspective to be able to take out enemies in one shot, or stealth assassinate enemies in the back, but that's never really fun when you're on the receiving end side of it. Like, I realized my big problem with that playing a lot of online games with any sort of sniper or like glass cannon high DPS character.
Play of the game, Widowmaker, and then you just see yourself getting shot in the head, and then 3 of your teammates getting shot in the head.
Yeah, and you're like, what am I supposed to do about that? And the game's only advice for you is, don't get shot in the head and you won't die.
Pick a different route, yeah.
And you're like, okay, yeah, I mean, I guess there are things that I could have done to play better and get shot, but it still doesn't feel good that, oh, hey, if your opponent is good at what they do, they know, like, where to set up to, cover most obvious routes into an area. They have a weapon that does far more damage at such a long range that you could never take them in a direct confrontation. And so, yeah, the only choice that you have is to play the game of avoidance.
Yeah, you're playing a different game at that point, one you've never prepared for before.
Right. It's just not as fun when the rules of the game go to, you have to hide. That's all you can do, is don't let the person see you or they will shoot you in the head and you will die.
Yeah. Compared to this, where, like, we miss playing the game and, oh no, we just get a kind of difficult encounter. Like, that's the V3 version of the gunner virus back there. Oh no, whatever will we do? Oh, right, Time Bomb 3. Cord. It's not a problem. And we don't even get battle chips for it, but, it makes sense that you're looking for the quicker option here, so, Another nice thing that I haven't mentioned yet, there are no random encounters while you're running around looking for these guys. Also, they're stacked up here. This is a little bit mean, where they're just both covering each other's range. It's a little hard to tell until you hop out and get got.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a little generous, with your failures, but at the same time, if you mess up, they'll let you know.
Yep. I also like how I timed that just right, even though I was moving around, and I also like how I disappeared because I wasn't close enough, and then he spawned me, and I had to fight him. Good job!
You tried there.
I tried.
With a flourish, just spun into a cyclone in front of him. Ta-da! I'm here to kill you.
Huh? What was that noise? I'm definitely not Solid Snake or Venom Snake or any of those guys. Well, at least I demonstrated that I don't take damage when the pulse bomb goes off. That's something.
And you showed off that you can push things around with the air shot.
Yeah. I haven't done a rock cube air shot thing. I'm waiting for him to look back at me just like, can we just fight so I don't have to walk all the way over to you? No? Alright.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the times where you almost would encounter them.
Yeah.
Suboptimally.
Because, like, it's kind of fun to wander around and grab mystery data and stuff, but, like, come on, like, just pick a fight with me, please. It'll be easy. Sweet dreams. Yeah.
Yeah, you would think that, he would mix it up and have a couple of different lines that he would say when he kills people, but no, just sweet dreams all the way.
Do androids dream of electric sheep?
Oh, gosh. I mean, that just brings up very interesting questions. Like, we already know that Mega Man is basically the closest a Navi could be to a human. So yeah, does he need to sleep? Can he dream?
I almost get got by the cyclone again. But yeah, like, they're sufficiently indistinct from, like, real people. Like, they think they have emotions and stuff. Do they need the other things, like sleep? Can we program that into a computer? Should we?
Even without thinking about the sleep question, the fact that they are intelligent enough to display a human level of intellect and emotional capability brings up other questions in terms of the ethicalness or the ethicality, whatever the noun version of that is, of using Navis as your programs.
Speaking of the ethicalness, what about us getting hired to just kill a bunch of sentient beings?
Well, yeah, so that's one of the questions. Is deleting someone's Navi equivalent to murdering another sentient being?
It's okay when Mega Man does it. It's self-defense.
Right, and yeah, you may argue like, oh, in this case, Erase Man was told to do it, and they were bad gang members, but that's a much more complicated issue now, because now you're not debating should we beat up on bad guys. It's now you're debating capital punishment.
Yep. In a game where there's already jail, where your father might have already seen it. So yeah, this is Erase Man. He's pretty easy. Since he's cursor element, he's weak to wind attacks. Slash Cross was maybe not the best for this fight, but I can just sort of swing it in front of me and swipe away all the ghosts that come up. Erase Man only has a couple of attacks. He has the Scythe Swing. He summons these guys that come for you, and then he has a cursor that will run around the entire perimeter of the field, like the tornado did for Element Man. And if he hits you, he'll shoot you with a laser beam that goes through invisibility. So, like, he's got a couple gimmicks, but it's not much. And his pattern is really easy to bait out, because you just stand in your center panel, shoot forward whenever a ghost shows up, and then you just step forward when he gets close to slash you, and you just get him. Like, Erase Man is a really simple fight. And it's sort of a shame that they kept this simple of a boss for so late in the game, but at the same time, like, the Killer Man Navi chip and the Erase Man Cross are pretty strong. There's a gimmick with Erase Cross that makes it really unique and useful. Like, there's a thing in Japan with, I think they're called, like, Shinigami or Death Gods. Did I get that right?
Shinigami.
Okay. I said Gani instead, yeah. But the number 4 in Japan is tied to death. So, Erase Cross, if you hit somebody with a elementless battle chip when they have a 4 in their HP, if it's a Navi, they will start draining HP, and you can stack this damage debuff onto them. But also, if it's a virus, it just instantly kills them. There are many viruses in the Sky area that just have a 4 in their second digit of HP. And there's a couple viruses in the most, like, dangerous parts of the net that have 4s in their HP. So you can just see them and you're immediately like, alright, y'all are dead. Like, Erase Cross has a really fun gimmick with that. And Battle Network 6 Cybeast Gregar has a Giga chip that does a bunch of hits in a row that is elementless. So you can rack up, like, HP draining bugs on Navis pretty quick, but, like, the only thing that has enough HP to really survive that at that point our bosses. Also, like, this girl's finally getting passive-aggressive with this dude that just has not caught the hint. He finally gets it when someone's passive-aggressive with him. I don't know if he's worth it, girl, but keep at it as long as you're happy. Isn't the mayor great?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a weird form of dramatic irony. You know, things that are apparent to the audience, quote unquote, in this case the players, but are not apparent to the characters. And yeah, they're really hammering it home that throughout the game, no one has said jack about the mayor, and now suddenly, right as we reveal that the mayor may not be who he says he is, suddenly everyone in the world is talking about, man, that Mayor Kane seems like such an honest, reliable, trustworthy, handsome, smart, well-endowed man.
Yeah, with some of the foreshadowing that happens in this game that I think is really clever and good, I wish they foreshadowed the mayor just a little bit more. Like, you can piece a lot of things together once you sort of know the twist, or once the game is, like, subtly beating you over the head with a sledgehammer for it. Like, it's kind of fun to see when you're reviewing everything, but at the same time, like, please, like, you did good earlier in this game. Can you please do it again? Yeah, but the gimmick of the Charge Man scenario here, we get to ride the choo-choo. We get to be the choo-choo. Have you ever wanted to be a train, Parrish?
I've wanted to ride trains, but I don't think I've ever wanted to be a train.
Okay, because, like, when I was 3, I used to live in Washington State, and there was a rail yard, like, somewhere nearby or outside our house or something. So there's pictures of me and my dad, like, hanging out in our backyard as he's just pointing out trains to me, as me, like, this tiny child is just staring at them. And I vividly remember, like, as he's just pointing out things at this rail yard, like, one of the conductors stops and he's like, "Yo, you want to ride the train?" So I got to ride in the cabin of a freight train for, like, 10 or 15 minutes or something while my parents watched. So,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you asked me years ago, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would have said, I want to be an engineer. And I meant it as, like, a train engineer. Look at me now. I'm the other kind of engineer.
So between that trip to the train yard and you playing Mega Man games, that was responsible for your entire path in life, you're saying?
Yeah, clearly. Like, there was a point where I had memorized, like, I could recognize trains by sight. My mom, like, I was crazy for Thomas the Tank Engine and stuff. And, like, my mom had to drive me to daycare at her workplace. And I'd be like, "We gotta hear Thomas! We need to hear Thomas!" And she's just like, "I'm going to go crazy if I hear it one more time, but it's worse when you're yelling about it." Good job, me.
Yeah, the closest that I've come to, really being that gung-ho about trains is before the incident happened. I was planning on going to a convention on the opposite side of the country, and I thought, okay, we drove there last time to try and save on money, but that took forever. It was super exhausting. If we fly there, it would get us there pretty fast, but it would be a little more expensive, and you wouldn't really get to enjoy the trip that much across the country. It would just be you fall asleep or you watch a movie and then ta-da, you're there. So I thought, okay, what about taking a train? That's a nice compromise. And so, yeah, really looking into researching, getting an Amtrak, trip across to the West Coast. And, yeah, obviously that plan kind of fell through based on, current events, but hopefully get to do that at some point.
Yep. The funny thing is, you said the incident, and I was like, which incident is he talking about? There have been a couple incidences in his life, and then you're like, oh yeah, recently, and I'm like, oh, that incident, right. But yeah, this is the Charge Man minigame. You've got passengers in the back, you gotta pick a couple up on the way, you can smash obstacles by charging through them, and there are gonna be viruses on the track sometimes, so let's just sort of roll through. Chugga 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 chugga. Choo choo.
I've never seen any part of this game, but I love it, and I wish they had done more things like this throughout the game. This is really great.
Yeah, like this little mini game here that only shows up now and goes away forever. Yeah, I love how they put like the train tracks on the panels too, as they like repurpose the battle screen. Like the charging bar on the top, I think, was repurposed from Battle Network 4.5 Real Operation, which never came out in the States. But like this whole like repurposing the battle thing for just this trade mini game is really cute and really fun. The Falzer version has the Tomahawk Man scenario that's also sort of in the battle thing like this. I don't remember what the Dust Man scenario is. Does it also involve a battlefield sort of setup like that as stuff gets thrown at you?
I can't really remember.
I think it does. Like you're running around the internet doing recycling, and I think like you're on the battlefield like that, and you have to smash viruses, but you have to like inhale trash that gets thrown at you. Also, Charge Man, he eats flames. Look at that.
There you go.
Yep.
I just remember not really liking the Junkman scenario because he, possesses Mega Man, and you just have to keep spamming the talk to Mega Man button for him to be like, Lan, my buddy, come on, let's go. It is totally me, Mega Man.
That's Junkman.
Like, all right, fine. I'm not actually Mega Man.
That's Junkman from Battle Network 4, not Dustman from Battle Network 6. There's a little bit of a difference there, but...
No, I said Junkman, but...
You did, but I just thought you were, like, getting Dustman and Junkman confused there because we were talking about Battle Network 6. I was just like, okay, he knows, right?
No, that's just what I thought of, mentioning, Dustman and Junkman being, like, the same, type of gimmick, essentially. It's like recycling or trash collecting.
Because they're both obstacle-based navies, where, like, in 4, the gimmick they had set up was Poltergeist, where you would pick up obstacles and smash opponents with them, whereas in this game, like, you can throw away battle chips to get other ones from your folder back, so it helps you dig through your folder quicker. And then I think you can also, like, inhale obstacles with Dustman. But, like, instead of having the obstacle element, he has the breaking element now, because obstacle is not a real element like the real boys. But I don't know. Like, to talk about the obstacles and what has happened to them over the course of Mega Man Battle Network is a bit strange, but yeah. Man, remember in Battle Network 5 where Colonel was an obstacle navi for some reason? Don't know why, but he was.
Just constantly spawning Colonel Army soldiers.
Well,
nothing else.
But yeah, that's what he did. I guess they were obstacles, but like when you got Colonel Soul in like Team Colonel, like any obstacles that were on the field would be weaponized against opponents, and like their strength was based on how strong your buster was. So like if they walked in front of a obstacle that was like way in front of them, it turned into a dude with a gun and shoot them. Or if they walked in front of an obstacle that was behind him, it turned into a dude with a sword who'd cut him. Like, that was pretty cool. And then, like, you could take non-elemental battle chips and make them your charge-up attack instead of, like, the regular screen slash thing it's got going. Like, it was... Colonel Soul was cool, and I'm kind of sad to see that they didn't, like, keep a concept like that going forward. Also, yeah, the third one for these is a little bit harder than the others, and you can see that they just double dip there on the obstacles that you have to break through with the charge attack. Do you remember the charge attack? I hope you do.
Yeah. You've been playing up till now by just being good at controlling Charge Man and dodging stuff? Well, your way of playing is now invalid.
Yep. And part of the problem is, like, you can't see obstacles far enough in the future to, like, really plan when you're doing the charge. So, you start the charge, you run out of time on the charge, run face first into a rock before, right after the attack is ended before you can keep up. It's a little goofy, I'm glad I showed it. Anyway, here's Charge Man. Charge Man is a unique navi with a unique gimmick. Let's see if you can spot what it is as soon as he starts going.
It's creepy, isn't it?
Well, he just continuously goes forward. He's always moving, and if you don't have some way to stop him as he goes past you, he'll slip past you, and his routine will get more difficult. So the nice thing about Slash Cross is you just kind of have to stand in the center and dodge the flaming chunks when he tosses them, or you just have to slash him before he or his cars get to you. And then, like, when he charges up, like, he tells you long enough in advance that, hey, I'm gonna do this, that you can hit him and knock him out of it, or you can just, like, move up or down sort of as he's passing you, and you've got enough space to make it work. But he's a really interesting boss fight, and I'm sort of glad there aren't as many gimmick bosses like him in this game as there have been in previous games. Like, battle number 2, what's the boss gimmick? Stands in the back row.
Yeah.
Has protection that turns on and off.
I do think with this one, the reason I said screaming was because Chargeman's operator said, well, you ready for a screaming battle with Chargeman? And he obviously meant screaming as in, like, fast. But yeah, I thought a screaming battle, that's different.
Oh, that's me yelling. Oh no, I come to the popcorn shop to, like, get the email. I guess this is the first time I've been here. Cool, great. Hey, HP memory. So Charge Cross is Fire Element, just like Heat Cross was at the beginning of the game. The difference is, with Charge Cross, you have to hold down the A button to charge up the power of your next attack, and I think it's only Fire Elemental attacks, but it takes a long time to charge all the way up to 100, and then you also get an additional chip in your custom screen every turn that you're in Charge Cross. So you'll start with 5, you'll go up to 6, then you'll get to 7, and then you'll get to 8, and then you're just kind of done. Another interesting thing about Charge Man is that, like, his charge-up attack is like a rushing tackle forward, instead of, like, Heat Man, where it's like a flamethrower. So the Charge Man, like, charge-up attack is quicker, and you can do it quicker compared to Heat Man, where you're stuck in place firing the flamethrower. But at the same time, like, Charge Cross doesn't offer me much, because I have full custom running almost the entire time I can, because it's so much more powerful than any of my other choices. So, like, Charge Man is not a useful cross unless you build around him, which I wish he were a little more flexible and I could see him more often. So I'm going to have to go out of my way to show Charge Cross in the future. Anyway, thank you all for coming to Let's Play Mega Man Battle Network 6. I've been Nelson. That's been Parrish. Have a nice day.
See ya.